Welcome, traders, to After Hours at Traders Post for Friday, January 2nd, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Tom Hartman, marketing manager here at Traders Post, joined by Peter, Exit Liquidity Hartman, to break down the market madness. After Hours is your go-to live stream focused on macro trends for retail traders. That's dollar, equities, and policy for the uninitiated, as well as all the little things that are happening within the FinTwit space. Peter, I think it's important that we keep people up to date on the influencers and midfluencers who are making decisions online, because people are taking trades off of what they see on X, and they need people like us in order to guide them in the right direction. After Hours is brought to you today by Blue Sky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. For now, I want to turn to what is moving markets today. Peter, January 2nd, you would have thought that people would be hungover from the New Year's, still too full from Christmas, and maybe a little bit too packed from turkey on Thanksgiving to do anything in markets. But it turns out that even as markets thread the needle, things can be pretty exciting. Adventura, what's up, fam? Thank you so much for being here. Always love having you here. I hope your wife feels a little bit better. If not, tell her she has to get better. Tell her that she's really crippling your style. We need you here, not tending her. I'm sorry. Sorry it had to be said. Right, Peter? Peter agrees. So today, we had some weird things happen at the end of the year for December, right? We know that at the end of December, that is quarterly expiration for options, that is yearly expirations for options, and then we also have the weekly expirations and all that. So we have a triple, quadruple witching if it comes to options expiry. Peter, do you know what option expiry is?
Yeah, of course.
You're well aware of what it is and why it matters. Go ahead,
Yeah.
just educate everybody on what options expiry is. So as large market, that's very funny. That's very funny, Peter. Yeah, your microphone. Yeah, it's probably best I just take over from here. Yeah, your microphone's not working. So options expiry, you have just trillions of dollars worth of notional volume that is becomes unhedged, right? You have people who have options, often puts can be calls as well, protecting against the downside to protect their portfolio. Well, what happens around these periods of time where a bunch of these options expire at the same time is that you have people who aren't protected towards the downside. And so it's a period of weakness. And it happens 4 times per year, and this can be pretty devastating when it happens in December, because as we mentioned, you have option expiry, but then you also have people who are not there trading. So you have low volume. So if low volume, big move, no protection, well, then you can get pretty wrecked, as people saw with our buddy silver. This, my friends, is silver. Silver, up over 100% in the last 12 months. And this big move that we saw happen here happened on December 28th, right? So we had this big move up, shorts are getting wrecked, calls going to the money, and it's happened within a low liquidity period. It's not surprising that it's happening. That's something that happened at that point. And so anything can happen in that window of weakness. Actually, so you look at other things. You look at, hey, what's going on? What are things that are happening underneath the table, just to see, is there any signs of cracking? Are there any signs that the Feds might have to come in and save the day, or if there's any problems with liquidity, that sort of thing? And so this thing started making the rounds online, where the U.S. Treasury, quote unquote, prints $105 billion in the repo markets on December 31st. You heard that right. Last day of the year, $105 billion was in it. People are calling it printing by the Treasury in order to, because of liquidity concerns, people don't have enough money, institutions don't have enough money, they needed emergency liquidity, boom. So people were using this as a sign that is a problem, right? Sign is a big problem with the markets. But Lynn Alden comes in with a little bit of reassurance and says that both, this is a post that she did, I think this is earlier, yeah, this was on the 31st, and she says both repo and reverse repo operations, where this is borrowing and lending, were high today because it's end of the year window dressing. That's where hedge funds and institutions or what have you modify their books a little bit, do some buying and selling, modify the books a little bit, sort of fudge the numbers to make themselves look better than they did previously. So if they need a certain amount of cash in a reserve, if they need certain assets on the books to say that, oh, we were already long, we were long that asset in 2025, so that people don't go, hey, why am I underperforming different benchmarks and stuff like that? They can do some accounting finagling in order to make things look better. So she says some financial institutions ask the Fed for liquidity, others ask the Fed to take their extra liquidity. That's that's repo. The net was tiny. Liquidity is tight and heterogeneous, not a crisis. So she's agreeing that liquidity is tight, is low, but nothing to worry about. Actually, I watched a video earlier of Joseph Wang, Fed commentator, who was also saying something similar. Now, I wanted to show a post from Jeff Snyder, who's my favorite sky is falling kind of guy. Jeff Snyder on YouTube is I'll just pull that up here.
So are we pro Jeff Snyder?
I'm pro anything that makes me money. Yes, I am pro Jeff Snyder. I'm pro Lynn Alden as well. So
well, Lynn
this
Alden
is a YouTube
really
channel
good.
over here. Yeah, if you want to just pull up the YouTube channel over here, here's this guy's fallen channel. Totally understand.
You've played it
happening.
Before.
Yeah, breaking point. W2F just happened. Consumers are done. That sort of thing. Totally understand. Now, doesn't come out of nowhere. He's not just he is doing some clickbaity stuff, but that's fine. I totally understand that. The information he provides is super detailed. But what I thought was interesting is that he actually put out a tweet, I think on December 31st, about this idea that he goes, no, it's not just window dressing. What we have is a crisis in liquidity. I wonder if someone else mentioned it here. No. So there was a crisis in liquidity. Oh, here it is. I think he says here, repo failed. This is on the December 28th. So this is 3 days before Lynn Alden's post. It says repo fails surge to highest non-quarter end total since June 2023. They continue to rise because credit market cracks keep widening. What information we do get only fans the flames of doubt even more. Garbage lending plus hidden losses equals slower money and collateral. So again, tightness and liquidity. But he makes the case that we're building towards a significant crisis that'll bring bond yields down and the Fed out, pumping liquidity and deflation and all that sort of thing.
So crisis. This whenever I hear the word crisis, it sounds bad. It sounds like that's not a good thing. I mean, I know that the Japanese say crisis is also opportunity, but where are we with that?
Yeah, I mean, I want volatility. I want crisis. I mean,
right. So it's a good thing.
I said that wrong. If crisis is going to happen, I want to capitalize on it. I don't want to just be a victim of crisis.
If it's I don't know why you have to change. The first way you said it exactly what you meant.
Well,
you want a crisis.
If
you want a crisis.
Yes, but not caused by me.
Okay, why is this caused by you? Why are you worried about that?
I'm just trying to say that it's not my fault. All right, I'm just trading it.
Okay,
that's all I'm doing.
I get it. Look, I don't mean to imply that you want a crisis. I want to outright state it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah,
crisis. I'm disappointed when there's not a crisis and that people aren't suffering out there in order to give me an opportunity to buy at prices that I want to buy at. Yes.
Okay. So is this a real crisis or is this like an internet crisis? Hey, is my volume super loud? Is this a real crisis or like an internet crisis?
You mean like a Peter Schiff crisis is going to come at some point? Noah building the ark and
or like a fake internet, like things are looking really bad. Click on this and I'll tell you almost nothing.
Well, let's just take a look at the heartbeat over here. So we're seeing here, if I'm taking a look at the dollar, let's go to the Dixie over here. If I'm in crisis mode, what I want to see is the dollar rising. All right, we don't have the dollar rising. The dollar was higher at the beginning of 2025. The dollar was higher at the end of 2022. We're not at that point, but we are around the same level the dollar was at the worst of COVID. So there is tightness. But what I want to see is the dollar fall. So when the dollar is rising up over here, This is from when the Fed in September said they were going to cut rates all the way up to mid-November. I was like, ooh, this is not looking good. But then the dollar pulled back, and the dollar just switched now to neutral to bearish trend. If you look at it over here, you see there's a red bar right there. I know you're a color type of person, Peter. If I do yellow, you'll get it. Slow down. Red means stop.
That's
So
not.
if the dollar,
That's not just me. That's everybody. That's like a good thing.
well, you're sort of like an everyman. Wait, everyman is sort of average. What's below average? So right above over here, I hate you, Peter. Right over here, we have the red. And so I would not be surprised to see that the dollar is as high as we get right now, and we are going to head lower. Wait, I just got a sale on my strat. Did I actually make money on that or not? Let me see.
Do I show this or do I hide this?
Sure, you can show it. Where are we? Let's go to my 15-minute. And we are lost money on that. Let's see. No, made $20. I'll take it. $20 trade, $70 trade, $270 trade. That's a good trading day. Hey, Tom's up like 300. It's pretty great.
Okay.
All right, now I can be happy about the show. Fantastic.
Where you weren't happy before?
Oh, it's miserable. I have to sit here, I have to talk to you. It's like a problem. I'm sorry. I do love my brother. I just don't like him. I don't like him at all. So if the dollar falls here, then we're looking at equities up, right? So I've been waiting for this period, this whole October to the end of December. I sort of been waiting, see, okay, what's going on? Trump, are you putting the gas to, putting your foot to the pedal? Bassett, come on, let's do it. Powell, can we get it? Right. I don't care if you're going to fight or whatever. Let's pick a side. Let's just do it. Someone commit, right? I'm not asking for like, no, can't make that kind of joke. Thank you for stopping me there.
Are they not committing?
No, they're not. Where's Donald Trump coming up saying, hey, we're going to give you $2,000 a month for the next 12 months, all the way to midterms? Why aren't we getting that?
Well, all that stuff is going to be happening. I mean, they're in, from what I hear, they're in trouble with the midterms. I mean, they're going to lose the House.
So yeah, Bassett came out in November or whatever, and he's like, oh, Donald Trump's going to come out and say something. I wonder if he's going to do it before Christmas or after Christmas. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I thought he was going to be like, money's going to get in your pocket. No, this is nonsense things you get from any president. Well, come on.
Well, they're dealing with the whole fallout from, he who shall not be named, the documents.
Sure, but also just give us the money. Just send us $2,000 a month for the next 12 months. We'll re-elect you and let you move on.
Well, this is like it would be like getting into a fight with your partner, your wife or something, and then about like, where were you last night, but you won't tell her. And then the next day you bring flowers and chocolate and a diamond ring. Hella suspicious.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. But we don't care about that from our politicians. The job is suspicion. Give us the money.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We all want another 2020. We all want another GameStop and AMC. We all want markets up and to the right and just throw money in. We all want that. Right. The problem for the first time is that they didn't telegraph it. Right.
Oh.
Let us know. Let us know. Hey, we're going to send you $2,000 a month. Just so you know, in 5 years, inflation's going to be bananas. I mean, so bad, you're really going to be like, oh my God. So get your bag. Get your bag. You're not surviving now anyway. You're not making enough money now anyway. So we're just going to print a bunch of money. We're going to give it to you. Put it in whatever meme coin you need. Put it in Trump coin. Put it in the stock market. Try to get your bag. And about 20% of you guys will survive. Hunger Game rules, man. Hunger Game rules. Then when everything goes belly up, you're like, we told you. We're like, yeah, you did tell us. Can we get $4,000 a month now? I'll send you $4,000 a month. Yeah, let's just do that. No, but I just expected they were going to do some sort of liquidity injections directly into the hands of people. Like we're coming up to tax season now. Like I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. So if they haven't done it yet, I suspect they're not going to be doing it because of what we're seeing in bond yields, which is the long-term bond yields are going up. So that's over here. The long-term bond yields are headed up, and the short terms are flat to up. We really want this to break down. We want these bond yields to break down. We don't want long-term yields to go up and short-term to go down. That's dangerous. And we want them all to sort of like turn over and just fall a bit, right? But that's not happening. So we're on the precipice over there. So precipice on the dollar, precipice on bond yields. And then when we take a look at Bitcoin, come on, Bitcoin. I mean, what are you doing here?
Okay,
Let's
with a
go.
stick.
Let's go.
It's not going anywhere.
Now,
You're just going down to 50,000.
I wanted to go down to 56,000. Let's just complete the 4-year cycle, get down to around this $50,000 to $56,000 range. Then I buy like crazy, and I hold my Bitcoin and my Cardano and my Midnight to all-time highs. That's what I want, Peter. But we're not getting it. We're sideways on Bitcoin as well. You know what's not sideways? The two assets I'm not dealing with: silver and gold.
You're still not into silver? The pullback
No.
didn't get you in there?
No. First, I think it's possible that this is it. This is the top for silver. You know, the top for silver is that when they start increasing margin requirements, that's where you get these sort of things, because they don't want to pay out silver this high. Spot silver, Peter. I'm just getting this information secondhand from other people because it's online on my friend. Silver here on futures is trading in the United States at $72 an ounce. Okay. Spot silver. I wonder if I have a tweet about that. 1 second here. I think I have a tweet. My life is a series of tweets, Peter.
I call them zeets.
Silver price in Tokyo hits $130 per ounce. Physical silver. So physical silver in Japan is $130. This is US dollars.
Wow.
It's $106 in Kuwait and $97 in Korea. But it's $76 per ounce, $72 per ounce on futures. So one of two things are going to happen. Well, one of three things are going to happen. Well, you can't really do arbitrage in this way because the futures, you'd have to short futures. You have to sell the futures and buy the physical in order to do that arbitrage. So the question is, will this revert and the price of silver will go up to match the long-term price? So either that happens and silver is going to shoot up to $100 per ounce, maybe,
right?
Or that's it. New silvers would come on the market. It'll be one of those things, you know how the BRICS diamond, they had all the diamonds, and so they could control the price of diamonds. So maybe there's just a fake shortage of silver, and then silver's going to flood the market, and then silver's going to come down. Or they price fix, but the futures will stay at around whatever, and they'll just say, hey, no, silver can't go any higher than this because they need to be able to buy silver. They don't want the trading of the silver to break the silver market. I don't know. If you ask the silver people, you ask people on Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is $120,000, what price Bitcoin is going to go to, they're going to say $200,000. That's just what it is. People extrapolate linearly, not in any parabolic curve. And so, I don't know. I look at this and I don't go, oh, I want to get in here. Doesn't this look super dangerous?
It looks delicious, enticing. You should be exposed to it on some level. I mean, even if you're not putting, going all in.
Imagine this is Evel Knievel, right? He takes a run up and he jumps, and you're betting on him, and in the air he wobbles. At the apex, he wobbles. Do you go long him then?
Look,
or short that guy?
It's not Evel Knievel. It's silver. We always need silver. We've needed silver since the dawn of time.
Yeah. Physical silver is going through the roof. Not arguing about that. I'm talking about the futures market. I wonder if the betting market on Polymarket, what they have to say about silver. Silver will hit by the end of January. Let's see. So they're saying that the highest probability that silver goes to 70, fall from here, 83% by the end of January. In 30 days. Wow. The odds that it goes to $100, 7%, and the odds that it goes to the average, which is 55, 9%. So people think more it's likely to fall than go up higher. Interesting. Maybe I do want to be long silver. Maybe I want to buy some 2%ers over here, Peter. Maybe I want to do that. Well, Peter, you've seen these bots going around, right? These Polymarket bots.
I have.
You've been pointing that stuff out to me. What do we have it here? Here we go. Here's this. This is January 1st. This came out from Blaze on X. He goes by Bro Omo. The quietest automated wallet on Polymarket made $457,000 and nobody noticed. I skipped this wallet 3 times before I finally looked inside. Gabagool 22 does not have a clever gimmick. We're in a weird world, Peter, where We say usernames now on the news. They'll use usernames without any. Come on, give me a giggle. That's a pretty, Raw Dog 69. Oh, says that I think Silver will be like, okay, can we just acknowledge?
I
Gabagool
saw Tuchin McGroin the other day, which was pretty funny. I'm a child.
So Gabagool 22 does not have a clever gimmick. No arbitrage, no betting both sides, just BTC and ETH 50-minute windows over and over since late October. So how does something this simple make $457,000? The strategy is momentum reading, nothing fancy. When Bitcoin or ETH starts moving hard on Binance or Coinbase, Polymarket odds lag behind by a few seconds. The 50-minute window still shows old prices while the real move already happened. He watches spot, he sees a push in one direction, opens Polymarket. The odds have not adjusted yet. He enters the side that should win before the market catches up. Entry around 40 to 50 cents. Resolution pays $1. Small edge, but real. Now here's what makes Gabagool 22 different from other bots doing this. Other wallets size big, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 per trade. They need fewer wins to make money. But one bad streak and the curve dips hard, which I've seen in my own strategies. Gabagool 22 went the opposite way. $1,600 on average. Tiny, but he never stops. While someone else loads one big position, this wallet already fired 5 trades across 5 different windows. More entries, more data, more chances for the edge to play out. Less damage when something misses. I looked at the equity curve and honestly felt something. Not excitement, something closer to respect. A straight line climbing for 2 months. The biggest win on his entire record would barely get a like on Twitter, and that is exactly why no one talks about him. We want the hero moment, the screenshot, the trade that makes the thread. Gabagool 22 never had one. He just made $457,000 without it. This is the equity curve we're talking about. Just rise. So, I mean, this is where I want to spend my time, not chasing this guy. Going long here. Oh my God. You know what that looks like? That looks like this, Peter. That looks like going long right over here. That's what you're asking me to do. That's what you're begging me to do. You're begging me to do that right here, just to go long there. Basically, Peter, is what you're asking me to do.
For the thrill, ridiculous. For the fun, for the memes, for the story.
Peter, what you want to do is take your money and go into prop firms where your risks are mitigated and your upside can be as high as your dreams. Didn't we just hear about a guy take a $2.5 million payout from Apex?
What, really?
Just the other day. Yeah, over the last year, $2.5 million.
Wait, and one shot over time?
No. I think it's over the year.
Right.
2.5 million. I'm not going to make that in silver. I mean, say what you will. Silver only went up. It only went up 100. Was it 100? Let me just, before I say the wrong thing. Silver went up. Oops, on the wrong one. All right, what did silver do? All right, so silver went up, let's call it from the average, 134% for the year, okay? 134%. But, I made that in Bitcoin. I made that just holding Bitcoin from October 2023. This also went up 500%. Fine, sorry, a lot more than that. So it's like, come on, silver. I know you guys are, like, it's cute. It's cute what you guys are saying. You guys are happy about your silver run. It might double from here. It might 10x. I get it. Mm-hmm. But look, unless you're doing leverage, come on. What are we talking about here? So prop firms are where it's at. And to that end, just a quick word from our prop firm sponsor.
Looking for a prop firm that actually plays nice with automation? Meet Blue Sky, built for serious traders. And with Traders Post, it just clicks. You connect Blue Sky inside Traders Post. Route your TradingView signals to paper or funded accounts, and let it auto-manage entries, stops, and targets. You control risk per trade, filter by session and symbol, and pause or resume with a single switch. Every fill is easy to review in one dashboard. Funded accounts can request payouts daily with launch plans starting at $49. Get funded with Blue Sky. Execute with Traders Post. Apply today at bluesky.pro. BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management.
All right, so just two more things when it comes to just amazing things happening within the FinTwit space. I just love seeing people do these things, and it's become more possible because of AI. This is another Polymarket thing here. This is from Igor Mikarin on X, who says programmers are killing Polymarket. Fully automated $1 million plus per month. They make $1 million a month because they're smarter and faster than everyone else. This is already happening. Most people just don't see it yet. Everyone talks about alpha narratives, insider info, but the real edge on Polymarket right now is code. Give me 1 second here, Peter.
I want to remind everybody that there's more going on Traders Post than just after hours. We have Price Action Live, which takes place Tuesday to Friday. Mike and Tom trade the open using Traders Post. So if you want to see how Traders Post is used, and it's sort of a copy trading type of way, managing their strategies, you can see that there. That's at 9:30 a.m. to around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They trade the open. And then we also have Blueprint, which takes place on Thursday, and that is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's where Tom builds indicators, codes live, use Claude Code if you're interested in that. Highly recommend you check that out. If in case you didn't know, all the indicators that he creates on Blueprint are available in the Traders Post dashboard, even if you have a free account. You go into the dashboard, you click on account, and then indicators, and there you go. You get access to the indicators. Highly recommend you check that out. And then, of course, we have office hours, which takes place on Tuesday at 3 p.m. And that's with myself and Mike, and we answer your questions regarding Traders Post. So like and subscribe and be here for a ton of the live content that we put out. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you check out the most recent Alphas previously trading bot sessions, Alphas interview that was done with Zach Boyajian. And he actually, very good speaker, loved his insight on trading the markets and prop firms. That interview, that full interview, is live right now on our channel. Go and check it out. Tom.
Speaking of alpha, back here on Polymarket, everyone talks about alpha narratives, insider info, but the real edge on Polymarket right now is code. I used to think Polymarket was just another prediction casino. I was wrong. Programmers are deploying bots that scan markets every second, looking for mispriced probabilities, broken correlations, and structural inefficiencies humans simply can't react to fast enough. When yes plus no costs less than $1, they don't hesitate. When correlated markets diverge, they hedge instantly. When spreads appear, they farm them thousands of times per day. This arbitrage bot account made $250,000 in 1 month. This trader uses statistical arbitrage and made over $500,000 in a single month doing almost nothing. This trader runs AI probability models and made $1 million in 1 month. Some of these bots execute millions of trades. Programmers are simply more efficient than regular humans. Have you already used code to trade on Polymarket? Peter, this is the stuff that keeps me up at night. Right? This is the stuff that makes me go,
yeah, I know.
This is SEO. Yeah, SEO back in 2001 or so. It was something like you can get to the top page of the top of Google by having white text and a white background at the footer of your page. Right? Happened all the time. It was just simple. It was like expert SEO people were being flown around telling them what amounts to now a blog post being paid, $50,000 in order to consult for that sort of thing. It's crazy. And so that's what it feels like right now with AI development, AI code, so vibe coding, and these markets. And it's not just for Polymarket. This is the second thing I wanted to show. Have you seen this? Tap trading?
No. What is this?
So what this does is that it's options market. Oh, sorry. This is it's options market or derivatives market. This is for Sol USD, but there's all kinds of different markets, and people are tapping, and then it's sort of like when the price moves through there and it closes through, they then make the amount that's on the screen. So here it made 11 cents because of that, and then they tap. Their tapping is buying. They're buying. Right, and then when it passes through there, then they make that amount. So it's sort of like this is like video game is what I've been wanting for trading markets, and they're popping up all over. I think there's 4 or 5 already so far of these type of
Why does tapping make them money?
Because Well, because the user is buying options, just in an interface that feels like a video game.
I love that.
I know.
Are we
And so people do it on their phone. They're doing it on their phone. They're just sitting on their phone, tapping away.
are
Let
we
me see
going
if
to
I
be
can find
making something like that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Blueprint that stuff. A Ventura trader says that's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm trying to find there's a post here.
I mean, that beats your Xbox controller. No offense.
No. I'm making a full-on video game. I'm making what amounts to what will feel like brick down or Pong.
Okay.
And so, because you have the whole thing about how many prop firm accounts you have left. Are you following within specific rules? Just all the stuff that if you're a video gamer and you like, getting achievements. So you'll play a video game and it'll be like, well, you have to beat the next 5 bosses without losing any health and using 3 parries within 3 minutes. Okay, and now you got to do that. And achievement unlocked. You're part of the 0.1% of people who are able to do this.
Sounds like a prop account.
Well, you can do it on any type of asset. And so you could have little creatures, monsters in the game that represents, let's say, altcoins, smaller altcoins, and then the bigger ones are like Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and Bitcoin and all that sort of thing. And you can make a great video game. That's for another time, Peter. That's not for the show. I just want to show that because, like, when I see stuff like that, again, it's like I'd rather explore those things than chase silver. Like, I didn't get into the silver thing. I don't know anything about silver, and all of a sudden I'm going to get into this, consume 50 hours worth of content, and then just go, I'm an expert. I'm going to put $25,000 on silver. I'm not going to do that. You know why I'm not going to do that? In addition to what I just mentioned, is because I did that on oil. I lost my shirt. This run up over here in 2022 for oil, this was what I was expecting. And then, so I got in over here, and then I lost it all over here, and then it ran up afterwards. And if you guys remember, this was I think at the height of like where the story of the Ukraine war was really raging, and the idea was that gas, energy, there's a huge crisis, and oil can't be bought from Russia, and the Europeans are going to be huddled inside of youth centers in order to keep warm over money burned in the fireplace, and people are going to be dying left and right. And I was like, I just bought into this whole idea that oil was going to skyrocket. But we had just come from oil being negative $30 from just 2 years before that. So, oh my God, oil could go crazy right now.
But you're no longer paying attention narratives anymore, right? Like you don't pay, because that's all manipulation. Whenever you're hearing on the news that that's going to happen and get worried, they're trying to make all the sheep run there so that the big dogs, the wolves, can run over there.
That's right. So that's what's happening right now, I think, in silver. If you try to go find out right now, you don't know anything about silver. All you know is a commodity, and you're trying to get into it. I couldn't even tell you if silver generally moves based on inflation expectations or growth expectations. I can't tell you that. I couldn't look at this chart and tell you why did it peak 3 times and then just fall dramatically. I have no idea. Are these commodity super cycles? Do they correlate? Does it correlate with wheat? Does it correlate with gold? Is it a flight to safety? What are people abroad spending on it? I don't understand why the spot price in different locations are so different versus how is physical delivery settled. I have no idea. So I have no interest. And in order to trade futures for this, I have to put $25,000 down just to try. So I'm not looking to jump into this and just be like, oh, I'm an expert. And the only reason I would, and I see a lot of people jumping online who weren't following silver, is because they feel this FOMO, and they go, well, if this could go to, I heard it can go to $500 an ounce. They go, I don't want to miss that.
It can't go to $500 an ounce.
I'm just saying, if you're talking about price, no, it can.
But won't that destroy the market? Won't that destroy the industries that rely on it?
Well, it wouldn't destroy the industry. It would be hugely disruptive for the futures market. Remember, the spot market, they're not fluctuating based on this, right? It only changes, like, let's say you go to buy or sell silver. Let's say you're going to go to buy or sell silver. They generally have a habit of buying a few dollars. They'll buy from you at a few dollars below spot, and they'll sell to you at a few dollars above spot, and they make their money on the spread. And so they're looking at it. And if the price is very volatile, maybe they won't sell, maybe they won't buy at the moment because they're not sure or whatever it is. But it's not dramatically changing the spot price. That's why spot price could be high, because it depends on the region that you're in. The futures is for these people who are trading the futures are not necessarily doing it to get the delivery of it. So if you have options on the silver futures market and you get proper price dislocation, well, you can get game stopped, right? And it could spike up to who knows what. Maybe just for 1 minute, but it could do that.
So you say you need 25,000 to get in on the game, but couldn't you just go in on options and short it?
That's what I'm saying. So then I have to take this non-recourse leverage. I have to put an options call on it. So then I can't even hold the futures contract. I got to be right within a certain period of time, and I got to tell you under when it's going to happen. So there's a bunch of people saying now, well, Monday's the day where the new year. Monday's the day where it's going to actually absolutely explode. It could, but I'm supposed to do a crash course between now
Just
and
use
when.
AI.
I gotta. It's even too late for me to buy the options for it. Like what I'm supposed to do.
Ask Grok.
I'd rather play that tap game.
Okay,
Get money that way.
All right.
Well, there is one last thing I wanted to bring up here. But before we do, I just want to thank everyone for watching, everyone for being here. So glad to do this in front of everybody. Sure, it's you can always get the clips later on, but you get the real raw deal when you're coming to talk to us here. You get all the stuff that we would cut out in clips because it's a little bit too blue, a little bit too hardcore. That's right. You guys are the true believers.
It's hardcore. Do we do hardcore stuff here?
So if you say that, people just think, oh, I guess they have been doing hardcore stuff.
Oh, I
they
see.
Just sort of accept it.
I got you.
All right. The last thing I want to mention here, Peter, is what's going on with Bitcoin. Not the price. What is going on in California for Bitcoin? Actually, before that, let's go with this is a video from VanEck, a large trading fund. Let's hear what they have to say about Bitcoin here. 1 second. Let me change audio. All right. Let me know if you can hear it.
We have a model that assumes that by 2050, this is very long term, that Bitcoin becomes a reserve asset that's used in global trade and held by global central banks at a very modest 2% weight. And in that model, we arrive at a $3 million price target for Bitcoin. Now, that sounds, extreme, but that's a 16% compound annual growth rate for a couple decades. That's not really that extreme. So into the millions over the medium term is a high conviction call.
$3 million for Bitcoin, all right, by 2050. You'd be stupid not to buy it. Well, at the same time, meanwhile, in California.
Oh, yeah, this crazy story. Did they actually pass it?
Yeah, California passed a bill to seize Bitcoin
God.
left idle on exchanges. After 3 years of inactivity, assets can be taken by the state under unclaimed property laws. Let's just hear the minute.
File item 186, AB 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia, an act relating to digital assets.
Assemblymember Valencia, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, muy buenas tardes, members. AB 1052 will establish a legal framework to legitimize digital assets, also known as cryptocurrency and blockchain, and unclaimed property law. California must protect consumer assets and embrace the legal recognition of digital assets, crypto and blockchain, as we continue to modernize our economy and the systems in our society. With that, I respectfully ask for a yes vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Valencia. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote.
Wow.
All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, no 0. The measure passes.
Almost everyone voted yes to pass that bill.
Well, anyone who voted yes.
Idle. So you have to move it every 3 years or more often, which can be a tax event, or your Bitcoin will basically be confiscated. What on earth? This seems crazy.
I don't understand property laws. This is not like having a house that's just sitting idle or something, or some land that's sitting idle.
Well, what if you had a
It's-
bank account, just $3 million in your bank account,
Yeah.
and you just had an account and you weren't moving in it, and you go, okay,
Right.
confiscated. It's insane. They want your Bitcoin, guys. They want your Bitcoin. Why? Because it's going to be worth $3 million per Bitcoin in 2050. I don't know what to think of it, Peter.
Well, it's a bullish Bitcoin. They clearly want it. That's good.
Here's a post recently. You can always find bullish if you want to feel copium or hopium. You can always find it online. You can always find it on X. Someone will tell you, no matter where Bitcoin price is, you're going to find someone that tells you perfect time to buy. Last chance to get Bitcoin below $100,000. Citibank just put a number on Bitcoin. This is from Merlin Trader on X. Base case 143,000 Bitcoin by 2026. Upside well beyond that. Bitcoin isn't a degen trade anymore. It's an institutional allocation. Wall Street is quietly loading while retail is still fading it. And you can
Well,
tell
Tom here saying
because
that
there's a line at the bottom here, a trend line. We're hitting it, and so that means up. It could be. Hey, it could be. Bitcoin dropping 36%, totally normal. Happens all the time in bull markets. I'm just trying to see where that liquidity is going to come from because if you guys take a look at, I'm not going to show it here right now, but Michael Howe does have an interview. He's been doing the rounds explaining that liquidity sort of peaked the cycle. China is trying to generate liquidity, but we're not getting a bunch of liquidity coming in. So I'm just not seeing where we're going to get a bunch of retail people in or a bunch of institutions in to drive up Bitcoin to massive heights. But who knows? I didn't see silver happening either. So you do what you need to do. This is why, Peter, if I focus on prop firms and Polymarket bets and stuff like that, I don't have to worry about the large narrative. I don't have to worry about the large narrative because I could just try to succeed in that space, make my million, and move on
But
with my
it's
day.
not good to focus on the narrative. That's how you get bamboozled and controlled. You get Jim Cramer, no?
Well, no. So some narratives are good. Like the people who have a head on their shoulders, access to information I don't have access to, when they provide a narrative, I like it. So Kim Carson will do that. Right?
Mhm.
Kim Carson will provide, and the narrative comes from, hey, this is the path dependency that I'm seeing. This is what would invalidate my narrative. This is what would support it. This is what I'm looking for. I like those types of narratives.
Right.
And the people in the silver space, like the rise that we saw recently, there have been people who've been seeing this. You can imagine all the people behind the scenes who actually know
Right.
what's going on there, who are actually trading. I'm not talking about some retail trader sitting out there that's doing it. I'm talking about people who are in the silver market. You can imagine they have insight into that. But I don't. So I have to rely on looking at people's narratives, see how consistent they are over time. Can I check when they were right? Can I check when they were wrong? And if I see that, okay, then I'll follow the narrative. But when I see, well, let me not drag Raoul Powell through this because I do appreciate everything that he's created with Real Vision, but he talks about the SWI token. This is SWI, right? And then from peak to trough, it's
Are
down.
you showing something on screen?
Oh, sorry, yeah. This is a SWI token. Peak to trough, it's down 70%. And this is supposed to look bullish, right? I get it.
Great time to buy.
Great time to buy, or you do what your boy Tom is doing, and you get yourself some midnight token. That to me is a bullish chart, my friends. That's a bullish chart, up and to the right on technology that actually matters. I don't know. I'm dunking on Raoul Powell. I really don't know anything about SWI. I try to look at what's going on with SWI. I don't get it. I'm waiting to see if CoffeeZilla does a story on it. If it doesn't, maybe I'll take a second look.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what are you looking at in the markets, Peter? Where would you put your hard-earned money if you had to do it? Silver, Bitcoin, prop firms, bonds, dollars.
Look, I bought Knight.
Wait, I
and,
didn't finish naming all the things. Gold, S&P. Go ahead.
Knight, but honestly, the best investment is in yourself, right? And you look around, you're like, what should I learn? Look, AI, start building things, start doing things. I'm liking the people I'm talking to, some people I'm talking to, they're using AI, they're building cool stuff, and that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like it makes you feel good when people are taking advantage of what's happening right there in front of them. Investing in a market is fine, but you know, the moment these AI companies start going public, though, I mean, I want to put some money into that if it's possible. I mean, OpenAI, you can't buy OpenAI now, right? Or Anthropic,
Well, Microsoft.
Microsoft. Okay.
We didn't talk about bonds today, about the big short in bonds, because you can find people saying there's the biggest short in history in bonds. And Jim Bianco's like, it's been the biggest short in history in bonds for the last 3 years. When exactly does the short squeeze happen? Anyways, we'll talk about more of that next week when things move, because we are at the beginning of 2026. And this year is going to be one for the record books. I think when we get to this part in history, people are going to say that 2026 was a very 2026 year.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Far more 2026 year than 2025. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Some say it's not at all like 2025. It is primarily like 2026. That's how I like making my predictions, Peter. Just guaranteed prediction. Next, you know, with my luck, I'll make that bet on Polymarket and they'll be like, oh, accident. Gregorian calendar needs to be updated. It's actually 2025 again. No! All right. Guys, we'll be back next Tuesday with Price Action Live every morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, Mike, or Peter, trading live in front of you using a Trader's Post, the most advanced trade execution engine known to man. If you watch Stranger Things, Trader's Post is better than that. If you play Expedition 33 on Xbox, Trader's Post is better than that. You ever hold your firstborn in your arms and you look deeply into her eyes? That feeling you have, that's what Trader's Post feels like.
Okay, it's a little much. Adventure Trader says, thank you guys for everything you do. Appreciate you both. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and everybody out there in Trader's Post land. Get the trading.
Awesome. Thank you guys and have a great week.